Heyo, how's it going, everybody? Hope anyone out there is watching this right now or at some point in the future is having themselves a fantastic day today. Welcome, welcome. My name is Relikai. I'm going to be playing a video game on the internet, and tonight that video game is going to be Kamikaze Lassplanes. We are continuing on with Lassplanes. If I seem slightly under low energy, it's because I have basically eaten almost nothing today. I ate a veggie dog that my roommate allowed me to have because she ordered some yesterday, had 2 of them, and I guess she also had a 3rd one, and she was just like, yeah, go ahead and eat it. I don't need it. So I had a veggie dog, and then I had about, I don't know, a fifth of a bag of some like little rice crackers with hummus, and that's all I've eaten. I'm a little hungry, so the stream might be a little bit shorter. I don't know, we'll see, but yeah, I want to be able to get a little something to eat tonight, and then eat that food. See, this is the dangers and the perils of not actually giving your brain enough glucose to munch on. You start sounding like more of an idiot than you actually are, and I'm already a relatively large idiot. So to be able to sound like more of an idiot, that requires a Herculean feat of nature. And I guess this Herculean feat of nature is starvation. I got something in my eye. It's one of those things where it's like you smudge it around, and then all it does is just it causes your vision to kind of like blur more, and then if you blink too many times, it eventually starts coming back. So yeah, we're off to a great start. But anyway, yeah, we're going to start up Lassplanes here. Last time around, we did a lot, actually. We met Alba's parents. They didn't recognize her. Her mom tried to kill us with a frying pan. Then we went looking for her throughout the village after she ran away. We met the other waifu briefly for a moment, and then we warned the entire town to evacuate. They all did. Then we met up with our girl, brought her back to her parents' house. Her and her dad seemed to kind of come to an understanding that she was in fact their daughter. And then the Empire attacked, so we had to go take care of them. It was actually a pretty relatively challenging shoot 'em up section right there. And now we have landed, and that's where we're gonna pick things up. So yeah, lots actually happened last time around, and we had to make like 5 or 6 different choices. It was crazy, but yeah. So what we kind of figured out was that it seems like this particular village that Alba is from must have been where all of the Lassplanes came from, because a bunch of children in the village apparently got sick at one point in time, including Alba, and all the parents were desperate to try and get their kids help, but everywhere they went, they were literally told, yeah, send them to the capital's hospitals. They'll be taken care of. Oh, you want to come along? No, you can't. You want us to come to you? No, we can't do that. You have to send them to the hospital. And so they did. And then, I don't know, I think they were told like they might have died from their illnesses, when in actuality what we suspect is that they were then experimented upon and turned into airplanes. As you do. But yeah, so none of this has been actually confirmed in the game as of yet. This is all just supposition and presumptions based on, you know, the things that we can see and the things that we've heard. So yeah. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get things started here, so that I can potentially get something to eat soon. Kill the BGM. Come over here. Alright. And yes, so I'm still on this side of the screen for the time being, because of the fact that in shoot-'em-up games, all of the enemies come in from the right side, or at least in this shoot-'em-up game, they all come from the right side. Sometimes they come down from, like, the top in certain games, but not in this one. So they're all coming in from the right, so I figure might as well get the webcam out of the way of where all the enemies are coming from, so y'all can see more of what it is that I'm shooting at. Obviously, I'm gonna be blocking the side of the screen where you'll be able to see me, but that doesn't really matter that much. You can figure out where I am relative to where my pew-pew blasty bits are getting shot off from. Hey, what's up, Lee? Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. Hope your night is treating you well. Hope all is groovy on your end of things. I was mentioning before that I'm gonna be a little bit low energy because I haven't really eaten anything today. So apologies in advance for that. How's the sinister and horror side of side-scrolling shooting? You know, just like a little bit of potential artificial pandemic-induced illnesses into children, and in order to force parents to send them to hospitals in which they would then inform the parents that their children are dead so that they could experiment on them and then turn them into airplanes. The usual. Again, all speculation. It feels like I'm having to, for legal reasons, I must say that these are all accusations, and nothing has been proven in a court of law. So yeah, we'll see where things end up going tonight. So let's just get to it. All right, so this is where we left off here. Let's go. I feel like the loading times should be better for this game. There is no way that there's a bunch of assets that are needing to be loaded in that it takes that long. All right, so we just finished the shoot 'em up section. This is literally us once we've landed. Our landing is hurried, but less stressful than I imagined. The battle was tough. The enemy forces were too great, even for us. If it wasn't for the other lost plane, I don't want to even think about it. I don't want to because I feel like we'd have lost more than a village. Alba was weak. As soon as we landed, she collapsed on the nearest bench and asked for fried chicken. Man. Meanwhile, Lunefell stands divided. Half the villagers, seeing the enemy at their threshold, took our words to heart. Without faith in the safety the Veil was supposed to provide, they packed their things and didn't give up on evacuation. They ran inland, looking for shelter from the Empire forces. 10 seconds of load times, that's more than Zenki 0. Yeah, I mean, granted, this is a newer game, but yeah, I mean, it's not a whole lot of, you know, it's a bunch of art assets, you know? Like, when is the next shoot 'em up section actually going to come in? It seems like it takes us roughly about 2 hours to get to the next one. How many assets are there? I know. Yeah, it's all artwork. There's like the live 2D models, I suppose. And then there's the script. But yeah, outside of the shoot 'em up sections, there really shouldn't be a whole lot that the game's needing to load in. The other half decided to return, to fix what the Empire managed to destroy. Like Mr. and Mrs. Tross, even in the light of the the direct threat, the stubborn villagers aren't going to leave. Lucky ones quickly help the others repair their homes. When the evening came, some people were still busy and the rest of the villagers flooded the streets, accompanied by music. Visual novel with interactions in between. Exactly. Celebrating. We're heroes tonight. Not just us, but all survivors from the patrol unit decided to stay in Lunefell and join the party. They were shocked we came here so fast. I didn't have it in me to confess we actually took off much earlier against our orders. I focus on the fact that everyone benefited from that. Per Alba's request, I escort her to her home. To be honest, I'd prefer to return to Sky Fortress before morning because of her condition. But I can't deny her seeing her family. Not when she just got back from nearly losing them. I watch their happiness for a while. As soon as Alba stands at the door, Joseph sweeps her into his arms. They thank us for saving their house, and I say it's all thanks to Alba. Not without a reason. I fully believe that. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be able to achieve even half of the light's possibilities in a regular plane. I decide to give them an hour and wander the streets in the meantime. Someone shoves a mug of beer into my hand, patting my shoulder so strongly I nearly trip. I smile to everyone I meet, trying to rejoice with them. But despite the victory, I'm haunted by too many questions without answers. I stop, sipping the cold drink, when I notice blonde hair in the crowd. My heart races. I recognize the woman from the tavern, the one I suspect who saved us when things got heated. I'm now certain she was assigned to Lunefell with her pilot, like Alba and I to Azuria. Ooh. So if that is the case, what happened to Azuria? Is it gone? Is it dead? Did we kill a whole village because we didn't have the foresight to think that maybe they had other lost planes stationed elsewhere? Ugh. See, that's the thing that you can never be 100% certain of when it comes to certain visual novels or narrative-driven games where the player choice actually has, you know, a sway on how the story plays out. Like, how much of your agency actually matters and actually counts towards changing the course of the story, because sometimes it can be wild. You could completely just create a whole different game if you choose the wrong options, and other times it'll literally be the exact same no matter what. So yeah. Hey, what's up, Vic? Appreciate you stopping in. I hope all is well and groovy on your end of things. We're just we literally just started up, so not a whole lot has happened, but apparently I guess this is where we're going to start to learn more about our blonde girl that we met in the tavern. And yeah, right now Alba is off with her family for about an hour, and we are currently sipping on some beer. So this will be fine. This will totally go completely fine. Yeah, it is for the most part. Good stuff. Good stuff. Hope you're eating something. Hope everyone is eating something, because I sure as hell ain't. So yeah, like I said before, I might be a little bit low energy because of the fact that I really haven't eaten a whole lot today. So the stream might potentially also be maybe half hour shorter, just so I can go grab something to eat sooner rather than later. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'll catch a second win from streaming, especially since, you know, visual novels aren't the most emotionally or mentally, well, visual novels can be emotionally taxing. They're not really the most mentally and mechanically taxing games out there. Moving away from the wall I leaned against, I eagerly follow her. The crowd is dense. I struggle to make my way and keep up with her. I would call out if I knew her name. Oh, a new background. I reach the beach. But a large group of partygoers blocks the view. When they pass, I look for the woman, confused. She disappeared into thin air. Where did she go? It's not like she can just fly away. Oh, wait a second. The sand crunches under my feet as I approach the shore. Are you wearing your shoes on the beach, my guy? Are you a fucking shoebie? Can't believe this, man. SMH my head. Maybe she went for a walk along the sea. How romantic. I walk for a while, straining my eyes to find her in the darkness. Lamps are scarce here, and the moon is the main source of light. Bro, that's a full-ass moon. That's gonna light up the entire beach like a Christmas tree, man. The conditions for observation aren't perfect. At least it's quiet here. I leave behind the main street filled with celebrators. Celebrators. Why did I say it like that? I exhale, feeling exhaustion after the whole wretched day. Shooby. Yeah, exactly. Our beach has been overtaken by shoobies. I'll sleep like a log in Sky Fortress, if they let me after my deception. Yeah, I'm sure you'll sleep just fine in your jail cell. Putting my hands in my pockets, I keep walking. Did you already polish off that beer, my guy? Jeez. Suddenly, a flash of light in the sea grabs my attention. I move closer, trying to keep my shoe dry. Oh no, he is walking on the beach with shoes. The sea seems dark and murky in the shadows. Only the moonlight dances on the waves, highlighting them. First, I notice a twisted piece of metal. I hardly identify it as an airplane wing. Then I see the symbol on it. Damn it. A destroyed enemy aircraft? I curse under my breath and get closer, now ignoring the waves hitting my shoes, soaking the fabric. My guy, you're willingly allowing your socks to get soggy? You absolute psycho. The remains are spread out. It looks like the plane fell into the sea nearby and slowly drifted in. My heart leaps into my throat when I see a green, large fabric of a parachute in the sand. The mechanism failed, sending the pilot from the cockpit straight into imminent death on land. Oof! I swallow a lump in my throat. This is nothing. It's the reality of war. I approach the body hesitantly, just to make sure he's not one of ours. I don't care about giving a proper burial to the enemy who tried to kill us just a few hours ago. But when I crouch next to the body, I get an unpleasant feeling at the base of my skull. A tingling that nearly makes the hair on the nape of my neck curl. A stench hits my nostrils. It's nearly overwhelming. Okay. The corpse really shouldn't be decaying after only a few hours. Just imagine a shoeless tribe. Oh no, the Shooby does have arrive again. Pray to the foot gods to give us strength to defeat these interlopers. Man, I definitely know there's a good number of people on the internet who probably feel that exact same way towards shoes. I grab a small stick I find nearby, washed by the sea. Are you really going to poke it? Are you going to poke the dead body with a stick? Like some sort of backwater hick who doesn't have anything better to do with their time? Everything tells me to stop, but I come closer and turn the body on its back with it. Okay. Alright, I see. I abruptly step back. My imagination must be playing tricks on me. I take out a flashlight from my pocket. When it illuminates the body, a muffled scream of surprise leaves my throat. Ah! My legs automatically jump back. The farther from this, the better. It's impossible. The plane wreck looks the same as a few hours ago when we shot it down. The battle is so recent, I could swear the engines haven't cooled down yet. But the body of the Empire's pilot at my feet is old. Very old. His gray complexion is devoid of any signs of life. Wrinkles cut his sand-covered face. The emaciated figure of an old man drowns in an oversized uniform, partially covered by the torn fabric of the broken parachute. Noticing his empty, unseeing eyes set on the sky, I immediately turn off my flashlight. I turn around, backing in the direction I came from. They don't have the guts to actually have drawn the dead body, huh? Man. The artists were like, The artist is a very modern day anime artist. They're like, no males, only cute girls. It does feel like that though, doesn't it? I feel like the majority of artists I follow, they literally say, like, in their commission information page, they say they won't draw males. Or maybe that's more of a reflection of the artists that I decide to follow. But I mean, like, it kind of makes you think, like, how hard must it be for male VTubers to be able to find artists who will be willing to draw them? Like, you know, it's gotta be tough, bro. Because I don't know. There's a few male VTubers who have models that I think are actually pretty good, but they're kind of few and far between. And even if they do look good, I feel like the rigging on most male models is kind of bad. Like, they all just feel super stiff, you know? I can maybe count on a single hand all the male VTubers whose movements don't feel like they're just kind of moving around like this all the time, you know? That's like, oh man. Oh boy. Anywho. When I close my eyes, I can only see the sea depth under my eyelids, cut by the sinking black hulls of planes. They're not even gonna show that? That would have been a super metal visual. Oh, chapter 3. Snake in the garden. Alright, well, could have finished off chapter 2 last time around, I guess, but oh well. Three days later. Oh, we're back, I see. Alrighty then. Loonfell had a happy ending, unlike what was waiting for us in Sky Fortress. We returned the same night. Alba was exhausted and I nearly had to drag her out of the house. I didn't want to. I wish she could spend more time with her parents, but I knew what was waiting for us in the base. Or rather, waiting for me. I took the fall. I didn't want her to suffer the consequences of disobeying orders, even though she would have probably gotten off way easier. I had to tell her I needed to rest to get her moving. She was too tired or too kind to question it. Something seemed off about her, although there were no physical signs. I knew it had been hard up in the air, but no visible wounds or bruises showed on her body. Despite that, as soon as we landed in the hangar, she was escorted to the infirmary. I have no clue how Lassplanes actually use the power of the light, but it surely protects them from serious injuries somehow. I'm gonna assume they're going to say that I stole her, that I hijacked a military vehicle from my own self-interests, and they're gonna completely objectify her. And when I say objectify, I literally mean objectify, that she is a literal object that they own. Hey, what's up, Alice? Hope you're doing well. Hope all is good on your end of things. I'll be in touch when I'm done getting off this phone conversation, paying my phone bill off. Aha! Well, good luck. I hope all goes well with your phone company. Speaking of which, I unfortunately am probably gonna have to need to actually finally get a new phone after like 7 years, because my bank apps are starting to say, no, we can't operate on your phone anymore, because my phone doesn't have any more security updates. So yeah. And it sucks, because, like, aside from that, it works fine. It's definitely laggy, but it works fine. You know, it turns on, it makes calls, I can text message with it, I can get on the internet and whatnot. It's, you know... But I guess I'll just finally have to bite the bullet and start paying for another phone, I guess. Had a good 7-year run, you know, so I guess it's about time. What's your phone company? Hey, Kimmy. Hope you're doing well. My phone company is Ting. So I guess lots of people, when they get new phones, they usually do like a like a thing where they trade in their old one or whatever. I don't think my phone company does that. I think I literally just have to buy a new one, which, you know what, I'd be fine with. Because I can also, that means I can keep my old phone and you know, just slowly migrate over all of my files and songs and pictures and whatnot, rather than having to, I don't know, figure out how to do that and then send it in. But then I guess I would have to also find someplace to either sell it or recycle it, which is probably what I'll end up doing. But yeah, I mean, once I have a little bit more capital in the to be able to do that. I have Metro. Oof, that's rough, buddy. But I mean, I guess it's kind of the same thing as mine. You know, it's not prepaid, but it's just, you know, pay what I use. I think I have an outdated plan though. I should probably upgrade it because apparently they offer for $10 a month, get unlimited talk and text, and then pay whatever internet you use. But then I don't think do they offer a gigabyte of data? I'll have to check. Anywho. Here we go. There's not a single scar on her skin after all, and he definitely inspected every inch of her skin, I'm sure. I wouldn't admit it to her, but I felt a slight relief when we parted in the hangar. The first thing I saw once we landed were soldiers waiting for us. Waiting for me. Oh boy. HQ wasn't convinced by my honest apology in the letter I sent through a mail drone. Neither did the fact that I sent it in the last moment before taking off, making it impossible for them to react. I didn't ask to change the orders, I simply changed them myself. In this case, insubordination felt more like impudence, but I knew it was right. I don't even want to think what would have happened to Loonfell if I hadn't made the decision. HQ's assumptions turned out to be closer to the truth than anyone expected. Not to mention, it was Alba's village. Sorry. I'm like picking at my the callus that's built up on my palm. I could never forgive myself if I had ignored her pleas and then saw the news about a Loonfell massacre the following day. The talk I had with the enraged major in a small closed room didn't bode well. I wasn't used to that. Since I joined the army, I've never been reprimanded half as severely as now. And I knew it wouldn't be the end of it. It looked like my military career was hanging on by a thread. The evacuation of Loonfell turned out to be a double-edged sword. On the one hand, we saved hundreds of villagers from annihilation at the hands of the Empire's soldiers. On the other hand, the news of the attack swept the island like ripples in the water. Panic gripped the people, just as HQ predicted. As soon as a seed of doubt was planted, they lost faith in the Veil's effectiveness. I mean, what did they expect? Did they think just the entire village would get wiped out? And that nobody would spread the word about how the village was attacked? Or is that what they were banking on? Were they hoping that the whole village was taken out? Ooh, that's pretty scummy if that's what happened. Word is that throngs of people from the coast were heading for the capital in search of refuge. I suspect the fact that we saved Loonfell was overshadowed by us causing panic in the whole country. But I know there was no other way. I spent the whole night and a half of the following day in interrogation. The intelligence was very interested in our meeting with Alba's parents, which I couldn't hide even if I wanted. Oh, I bet they're interested in how she met with her parents again. And how they know that she's not dead. Later, when the village was celebrating our victory, Alba kept chirping about it, and everyone from the patrol unit had already heard about the stew her mother cooked. Whenever they mentioned that topic, my curiosity got the better of me, and despite fear, I tried to probe for information. About Alba's training, her hometown, why they didn't assign us to Loonfell in the first place. The only subject I didn't dare to raise was the Tross's allegedly dead daughter. I didn't know if HQ knew about that, and I preferred not to reveal it just in case. The conversation with Joseph in the village gave me the impression that the couple was kept in the dark about their daughter, secretly taken to the Lost Plane base for training. I didn't know why, but I wasn't foolish enough to ask the people looking for a reason to throw me out. I know you've just accused me of treason, sir, but maybe, just maybe, I could get the details of the super confidential government project to which we owe the amazing Lost Planes in our army. I promise I won't tell the intel, and I'm not the Empire's spy, sir. Yeah, that would go nicely. Common sense told me to stay quiet. Hey. I wasn't allowed to leave or talk with anyone about this, which was stupid. I like that. It's just like... He's like, it was absurd, or it was ridiculous, it was stupid. News traveled fast in Sky Fortress. I'm sure everyone already knows about our rogue operation, but HQ didn't want the news to get out of the base. Probably didn't look too good. I wasn't paying much attention. I have no interest in PR. The stress I suffered from my confinement in the small room made all the talks blend into one hazy memory. And when I expected a verdict, capital punishment or discharge, I got a deferral. I was suspended until the resolution of my case in military court. As much as I tried to stay positive, I quickly noticed the rage of people questioning me turn into dispassion, cold calculation. Anger meant they cared, that there's something to leverage, while the coldness... If I disobeyed once, they had no guarantee it would happen again. I was a wild card, and the pilots could be replaced, even the best ones. Lost Planes were valuable. Not me. The mere thought brought a lump to my throat. Luckily, I didn't have much time to think. Sky Fortress doesn't accept freeloaders. Everyone in the base must make themselves useful. And I wasn't a pilot anymore. For now. I didn't have a Lost Plane to fly with anyway. Alba was still recuperating in the infirmary, blissfully unaware of the situation. So I was given various tasks. Tasks beneath the dignity of a Royal Air Force officer. I washed the dishes after morning meals in the canteen and prepared ingredients for the quartermaster. In the afternoon, I unloaded heavy crests from supply ships, shuttling between Sky Fortress and the mainland. I spent evenings cleaning rooms according to my schedule. Some officers looked at me with compassion, some with awkwardness. Most of them simply avoided me as if I was a pariah, an acquaintance who could put their careers at risk. They passed me in the doorways when I was kneeling next to a bucket of water scrubbing the floors. Truthfully, I didn't mind. Physical labor pulled my thoughts away from dangerous topics, letting me focus on simple duties. Dusting, wiping, washing, hefting. Without a break, from morning to evening. That sounds illegal, but then again, everything's legal in the military, I guess. Only sometimes did I allow myself to return to the haunting memories from Lunefell. The beautiful village left a disturbing trace in my mind. When I closed my eyes, the darkness had the old face of the soldier I found on the beach. And the girl... I couldn't shake off the feeling I had met before. I'm sure she was a Lost Plane who saved us during the battle. But who was she? Why was she in Lunefell? Was she assigned there with her pilot? If that was the case, why didn't she introduce herself? We're on the same side. Deep in thought, I'm trying to ignore the not-too-pretty smell around me. It's a lovely morning. I only know it because I caught a glimpse when I was heading here from the quarters. Today, I'm scrubbing toilets. Frustrated, I wring a dirty cloth from excess water. Sometimes physical labor doesn't soothe me. Sometimes, like now, I'm furious. It's so goddamn unfair and bizarre at the same time. I throw the dirty rag to the bucket in a fit of aggravation, forgetting it's still filled to the brim. Ew! Ah! Tar black liquid splashes everywhere, including my clean white shirt. Ew! Also, why are you cleaning toilets with a white shirt, my guy. That's a skill issue on your part. I feel like screaming, which doesn't become an officer of my rank. Uh-huh. But a second-rate toilet cleaner? Yeah, he can swear at least once. Screw this. Screw all of this. A quiet smack coming from the doorway behind me makes me freeze. Ugh. 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 The lump returns to my throat and fear fills my heart. I was sure there was nobody here.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. Ma'am.
You kiss your mother with that mouth?
I'm a soldier, damn it! What am I doing? I straighten my back, even though I'm still kneeling on the wet, dirty floor. Turning around like a coiled spring, I'm ready to salute the person who caught me acting like an idiot. When I see a familiar figure, my heart skips a beat. Hello, ma'am. Hey, wow, why is this bathroom completely disgusting? This is supposed to be a super highly regarded, highly decorated military outpost, right? And like the rooms look like a freaking 5-star hostel. Why does the bathroom look like this? It's her. I can't believe it. Is this a dream? Will she notice if I pinch myself? Please don't do that. The girl from the Loonfell Tavern is standing in the doorway of the bathroom I'm cleaning. She's nonchalantly looking down at me, hands folded on her chest. She looked as if she had just seen a piece of garbage. Just how I remember her. A shock of long blonde hair surrounds her body. Clear and watchful eyes remind me of a foamy ocean before the storm. She's watching me with keen interest, her lips curled into a slight smirk. Suddenly, I realize my position, what I'm doing, what she just heard. My ears turn hot as shame washes over me. I stand up immediately, trying my best to ignore the wet, dirty shirt. Such a dirty, dirty shirt. Damn it, I'm not even wearing a uniform, just civilian clothes. She makes me look like a slob. I thought no one was here. I bet. I'm sorry you had to hear that. I'm absolutely scandalized. I think I should report it to HQ. It's like she was looking at human garbage. I just remember that quote. That's what it was. See, I ain't about that life, so I don't have that quote just seared into my memory banks, so I kind of got it a little bit wrong. But you know what? I'm gonna say I'm okay with that. No, I'm sorry. I stop mid-sentence, noticing her smirk grows wider. Right. She's joking. At my expense. My heart is about to jump out of my chest. I snort under my breath, relaxing slightly. Whoever she is, she's here. In the base. It must mean you're one of them, aren't you? You're a Lassplane.
Ahem.
And you are the finest pilot the kingdom has to offer. Apparently. Her gaze falls on my body, a dirty, messy shirt and casual sweatpants. Oh, don't let the dirty, messy shirt and casual sweatpants fool you, girl. There's nothing but solid muscle underneath all this slovenly, shit-covered exterior shell. It seems like she's struggling to refrain from laughing. Or not trying at all. It hurts my pride a little, but it's no wonder. I do look like a slob.
Well...
You're just as I imagined. Haha, very funny. I'm dead serious. Scrubbing toilets must be a very humbling experience. I'm glad to see even the best soldiers don't let the glory go to their heads. Oh sure, I like scrubbing toilets from time to time to remind myself of my humble beginnings. I sigh as her irony infects me. She seems to be enjoying herself. I often wondered if I'd ever met her again, but it didn't look like this. But it didn't look like this even in my worst nightmares. She couldn't have found me in a worse position. It makes me only more irritated. I peek at the bucket of water. My hands are burning from scrubbing the tiles with a strong chemical agent for the last 2 hours. Gloves, my guy. You freaking casual. Instead of offering to shake hands, I wave at her, immediately realizing how silly it looks. Well, that's not how I imagined our reunion, but it's good to see you. I'm Walter. You probably remember that. We met at the tavern in Loonfell. Hello, Walter. I didn't catch your name.
Nope.
I didn't give you my name. Right. We're both quiet, enveloped in the absurdity of this unusual conversation. I have at least 1,000 questions I want to ask. Who is she? What is she doing here? Was she assigned to Sky Fortress? From what I gathered, she wasn't in Loonfell willingly. And yet she partook in the battle. She saved us when we needed a helping hand. When I look at her now, I see it. Energy lurks in the depths of her gaze. The same energy that sparked through the air when the mysterious airplane arrived. Now I'm sure it was her. So, what should I call you? Powerful Lassplane? Army girl next door? Stranger? Army girl next door, huh? Really? You're gonna try and throw that one out there, my guy? Oh, you're desperate. And you already have a Lassplane. Tisks my head.
Fine.
Stranger. Short and sweet. I like it. And it has a nice ring to it. Seriously? Well, we don't know each other, do we? Seems proper. In fact, I'll call you that as well from now on. But that's... Do you feel sufficiently connected to your humble beginnings now, stranger? 'Cause it's time to go. Go? Go where? Did HQ... Don't worry. HQ is too busy with their silent war to care about you.
Let's go.
Let's get outside. I'm suspended. Does suspension mean you're not allowed to leave the latrine? I misheard that as Barbie girl next door. She's a Barbie girl. Living right next door. Life in plastic. It's a bore. No, but you don't understand. After what happened in Loonfell, I'm facing a court-martial. I don't have your privileges. I can't abandon my work. Oh yes, your work. I'm sure Sky Fortress will plummet if you clean only 3 out of 4 toilets. I feel pressure. So much pressure. Pressure. Pushing down on me, pressing down on you. I received a specific order to wash latrines. I finished half of it, and then I should report for a new assignment. Oh boy. On one hand, nobody's watching me closely. I don't think anyone would check the bottom of toilet seats. And the work is degrading. But I shouldn't take risks. All I think about is the upcoming trial. My whole military career. On the other hand, will I ever get a better opportunity to learn something about her? I'm sensing another option to be had. Finally, my dream plastic dream girl has come close to home. Whatever she wants, it must be important. Important enough to find me in the latrine and take me away from my work. You think too much, Walter. Finish scrubbing your precious toilets later. Literally nobody cares. You are much more useful out in the field than here. This is just a silly punishment. Come with me. Yep, there it is. Alright. We'll go ahead and save. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go with her because fuck the entire system. I can already tell that they're bad news. So yeah, just any opportunity I can get to give them the middle finger, I'm gonna take it. I know she's right, but it doesn't make that any easier. After what I did, HQ is furious at me. They need only an excuse to place me in solitary confinement. But it's not like I'm going out drinking with friends. A Lassplane found me and needs my help. It should be good enough a reason to take a break. We were taught that taking care of lost planes is our duty. Alba is in the infirmary, but it turns out she's not the only one I can help. It's so unusual meeting another lost plane, and the one who saved us in Loonfell. I feel she hides many secrets, and I can't stop myself from trying to uncover them. Like her name. That's why I grab the bucket and pick it up confidently to pour the dirty water into the toilet. I stuff it into a storage room so that it won't draw the attention of anyone who decides to check how clean the latrine actually is. The girl is watching me calmly. When our eyes meet, I see she's pleased and a little surprised. Like she didn't expect me to do that. She doesn't say anything, just turns on her heel and leaves. I follow her without thinking. No, we've thought about it. I'm doing this to stick it to the well, no, the Empire is our enemy. Stick it to the man. Yeah, that's what it is. The Academy, the military, the king, they're all the man. You don't know about the man? Oh, he's everywhere. He controls everything. The military, the king, he's the man. And there used to be a way to stick it to the man. It was something called rock and roll. But then guess what? Oh no. The man had to go and ruin that too with a little thing called MTV. Oh man. God, with Jack Black's sudden downfall by him just being in the Minecraft movie. It's nice to be nostalgic about the golden era of Jack Black. I breathe in fresh air as soon as I step outside. The weather is perfect and it's nearly noon. Just the time for... Actually, for what? So, what do you need me for?
Well...
Have some patience. Enjoy the sun. The corridors aren't crowded yet. Most people are still finishing their morning shift or resting before the afternoon one. Damn, that sucks. What sucks? Did I miss something? We got to leave. We got to breathe the fresh air. We don't got to smell people's pissy, shitty water reek anymore. It's enjoyable indeed, but she didn't get me outside just to bask in the sun, did she? Not to mention how bad I feel in my civilian clothes. Dirty civilian clothes on top of that. Like an outsider in the place I slowly began to call home. When did you come to Sky Fortress? Recently. Okay, so did you get a chance to see the base? Jack Black downfall all because of the Minecraft movie, like dang. I mean, here's the thing. He's just a tool of the Hollywood studio complex, you know? Because he wrote a silly meme song that became really popular in a really popular video game movie. The studio industrial complex decided that he was the golden ticket for making their video game adaptation movies into a success. So that's why they put him into Borderlands, they put him into Minecraft, and they're probably gonna put him into something else eventually. The only thing is that the Borderlands movie sucked. And something tells me the Minecraft movie is also gonna suck. And if I'm being completely honest, I think the Mario Brothers movie also sucked. I mean, it didn't suck. It was just fine. It was the most 5 out of 10 movie I've ever seen. And it had the same exact energy and vibe as any other Illumination film, but everyone always, you know, dunks on Minions or Sing or, you know, Secret Life of Pets or whatever, and you know they all say that they're dumb and boring and stupid and obnoxious or whatever, but suddenly you put a beloved video game franchise skin on top of it, suddenly everything is fine. Everything is amazing and great, and it's actually the greatest animated film that has ever been created by human hands. No. The Mario Brothers movie was the most mid movie ever. And it's, you know what? I'm thinking about all this now. I haven't thought about this in a while, but just the fact that fucking Trash Taste said that the Mario Brothers movie was amazing, but they thought that Guardians of the Galaxy 3 sucked. I'm like, wow, they do live up to their name, don't they? They got some trash taste over there. Like every other movie these days, there was a take that, there was a take that in Mario movie. Say what? Tell you the truth, aside from the first season of Castlevania not Nocturnal was good, but that I look back on it, it didn't ring with me. I mean, I thought Castlevania was good. It was good. You know, for what Castlevania TV show needed to be, yeah, it was good. And I actually like Nocturne more than the first season, in all honesty. I just like the characters more. And the setting and the whole setup and plot is a lot more interesting to me. So yeah, I would highly recommend Nocturne, in all honesty. Also, there's a hot vampire with black sclera, which is one of my kinks. So I'm just throwing it out there. I mean, there's a reason why Mina Ashido is one of my favorite characters in My Hero Academia. Oh boy. And I'll tell you one thing, it's definitely not because her writing is amazing. Like all the other female characters in My Hero Academia. Oof. Anywho. So did you get a chance to see the base? I can give you a tour if you want, and we can discuss how I can help you along the way. Why would I? It's just a base. Are you kidding? Sky Fortress is literally like no other army base. Maybe. I don't like the decor, though. Maybe? Where are you from? Who put you on the planet? Somewhere. Wow. She's... Bruh, I'll admit, I don't know how I'm supposed to actually be reading her lines, but the way I'm reading them, oh, makes her just so exhausting. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, sure, good talk, bro. Just K. Our chat is going poorly, but the girl seems to be amused by it. Okay, yeah, so she's messing with me, but I mean, I don't know. I find Alba's messing with us a little bit more palatable. Maybe it's because I can actually fire back at her and we actually get a reaction out of her, whereas with her, we don't get anything. She's too in control. I don't like that. She's probably testing me. I watch her reach for her hair and tie it quickly into a messy bun. Let's go for a run. Excuse me? Oh man. Oh, we're on the same wavelength apparently, my guy. You heard me. The weather's perfect. And you could use some training after your very important cleaning duty over the last few days. How do you know it's been that long? Did you return to Sky Fortress the same day we did? Blah. Tell me, stranger, do you ever run out of questions? Only when they're answered. I might when you start answering some. God damn it. I'm on this. Oh, me and this. I don't like being on the same wave like this Walter. I mean, there's nothing wrong with him, I guess, but I don't know. I just. Every visual novel protagonist is a fucking tool. So the fact that I'm lining up too much with him just irks me. She bursts into laughter. A nice change. I feel like it's a rare sight on her face. To my horror, she stretches and begins to jog in place. Does she seriously want to run now? I mean, yeah, lots of people run, including me. Skyfortress gives you a hard time with it since it's tougher to jog up here than on the mainland. But she didn't pull me back from work to run. Not to mention, I'm completely unprepared. My clothes still wet and dirty. Afraid you're not gonna keep up? The nerve! I begin to trot at once. Really, my guy? You get goaded that easily? Come on. What are you, like 11? An impish glint flashes in her eyes. Psst. You've never trained on this altitude. Let's see how you're gonna act after we're done. Bro, she's an airplane. I'm pretty sure she's used to high altitudes. Oh, really?
Challenge accepted.
Let's have a bet then. 1 round from here to the park. You win. You get to ask me 1 question, and I'll answer it. And if I lose, no questions till the end of the day. What? Tempting. Yep. This is a win-win. What are we talking about? Like, well, I guess she means don't ask me any more questions until the end of the day. And then even after the end of the day, I'm still probably just gonna keep stonewalling you the way I have. I could ask anything and she would have to give me answers. Real answers, not her usual vague replies. You're saying answers in plural when she very specifically said answer singular. I'm watching her while she's jogging in place before the race starts. Bro, don't be watching how she jiggles, you fucking perv. She's so casual, not feeling out of place at all. Like she doesn't care for the grandeur of Sky Fortress at all. The opposite of Alba, who could talk about it non-stop for her entire first day. It can be her downfall. Running here is really harder than on the ground. Besides, Lost Planes may be invincible as planes, but nobody said they can't be beaten in their human form. Or so I think. No, bro, let's race. Let's go. Let's just do it. You have a deal, miss. Prepare to be served a piece of humble pie. Funny. Who talks like that? Winners, that's who. Wow. Her triumphant smile and satisfaction written all over her face worry me. She seems delighted by my choice. Nodding, she traces an invisible line with her shoe.
Ready.
She positions herself like a professional athlete, leaning forward toward the track. Yeah. And then I sneak a peek before sidling up against her. I breathe in, out. 3, 2, 1, go! Whoa, Jesus! My shoes bounce off the ground. Not ideal running footwear. To my satisfaction, I'm quickly taking the lead. I race through the corridor, heading for the western side of the base. I know my way around. I'm gonna laugh if she just stood there. For the first minute, I can almost feel the taste of victory. I have so many questions I want to ask her. Where should I even begin? What's her name? Was she assigned to Loonfell? Where is her pilot? What did she want me to help her with? So many questions, going right through the window. Whoa! The girl passes me so swiftly, I can only see a smudge of blonde hair. She's incredibly fast. Was I too distracted by my visions of victory? Did I let her gain the upper hand? Shit! I grit my teeth and use all my body's stamina reserves. Speeding up, I nearly run into a couple of soldiers returning from their morning shift. The girl passes them gracefully, like she's floating in the air instead of running. My physical condition is excellent. I work out every day. Well, not recently, but it's impossible. The way she's running. I'm trying to keep up, and my lungs respond by burning like fire. How far is that blasted park? At some point, I lose sight of stranger's back and blonde hair. I keep going, fueled purely by fury and panic. That's not fair. She knew I stood no chance. Yeah, that's usually how a hustle goes, my guy. It's called a hustle, sweetheart. How could a regular pilot win with a lost plane? She can fly. Obviously, she runs faster than me. Did I take the bait? When I finally reach the finish line, I'm so tired I feel like I'm gonna puke. She's waiting for me, of course, all smiles and happy with the race, or her victory. She jumps gleefully when I join her. I won! I won! I won! Psst, how was it fair? How so? You knew you're faster than me. You knew from the beginning. And you thought you could beat me. Should have not taken that bet. Oh, that sounded awkward. You set me up. Oh, and you couldn't resist. Now, no more questions today. Ugh. Fine, I'm too tired to think of any anyway. I feel like I'm actually going to die.
Oh dear.
Oh, so dramatic. Let's go. What? But our race is done. And now we can run for fun. For fun?
Let's go.
Come on. Oh my goodness, this woman. And there she goes again. Just like that. While I'm on my last legs. At least she's not dashing like before. I follow her, angry with myself for agreeing to this stupid bet. I don't know how long we've been running. It feels like an eternity. I don't need to worry about my shoes not being fit for a sport as I stop feeling my feet at some point. No. No, that's not how that works. You don't just stop feeling your feet. Yeah. Maybe you would if you weren't constantly stepping on them or standing on them. But if you are, you're very much gonna notice your feet. The stains on my shirt don't bother me anymore. My clothes are soaked in sweat. It's past noon. The sun climbs high in the sky, bathing Sky Fortress in hellish temperatures. My throat is so dry I could drink a bucket of dirty water if I had it at hand. Ugh, no. No. Don't pretend, my guy. Shut up. The morning shift is over. When we pass the quarters, we run upon a crowd of surprised soldiers. They watch us jogging. There's something unpleasant in their gaze. When the lost plane gets closer, they readily jump out of the way, eyeing her suspiciously. She doesn't need to say anything or push through, and she doesn't mind. It's like I'm the only one who notices their sidelong glances and hears whispers. Oh man, our boy gang really super distracted by the side eyes. I close in on the girl as soon as we reach the canteen to ask about that. The corridor is narrow but empty. Hey, did you see that? Is it a question I hear? Oh, come on! You won't answer something that simple? Shouldn't have taken that bet, huh? She speeds up before I can say anything else. I can only run along. Oh my god, what is happening? It's dinner time, spreading the aroma of the quartermaster's tasty dishes. Oh, my mouth's watering. I wish I had eaten something in the morning before I went to scrub the hellish toilets. I wish I would have eaten something beforehand so that I wouldn't be starving right now. God. I think I'm gonna order something. I was thinking of ordering something before, but I didn't want it to arrive while I was streaming. But okay, hold on. When does that one place close? Let me see here. Just checking real quick here. Okay. Let's see here. Yes. There it is. Let's see. When do you close? Open until 8:15. Okay. So then I'll probably be cutting the stream like at least maybe about like 15 to 20 minutes short so that I have a shot of being able to order something. All right, let's continue on. My stomach declares a mutiny and I involuntarily slow down when we pass the kitchen, but this lost plane has no interest in food. She rushes me, noticing I'm fighting the sneaky urge to stop and eat something. For a moment, I wonder who'd win if she raced Alba. If the finishing line were at the canteen at dinner time, Tross would surely claim victory. I must admit the exhaustion is somewhat liberating. Oh, he's feeling the runner's high. The run is grueling. Any breath could be my last. Never in my life have I felt so disgusting like now, soaking wet. From scrubbing toilets to intense workout, I must look fantastic. But I admit at some point, I stopped thinking about anything other than this diabolical run. For a moment I forgot everything. The detention looming over my head, the court-martial, the cold, scornful looks, and never-ending interrogations. When my mind can focus on nothing else but my physical suffering, I can actually feel better. I feel good. So good that when we finally stop near the park, I laugh at my pathetic state and trembling legs. It's almost like this might have been her plan the entire time. Especially since the lost plane by my side looks as fresh as when she started running 2 hours ago! Gross! She lets her bun loose without hesitation. I notice in awe that no strand of hair sticks to her forehead, like she didn't even sweat. How intense must the Lost Planes training be if this was a piece of cake for her? The sheer thought terrifies me. That was actually fun. In a terrible, gut-wrenching way. See? Nothing makes you feel more alive than the imminence of death. That's very grim, but yeah, it kinda does. I feel like I'm gonna pass out. There's no saving face now. I pant shamelessly, leaning over a railing. I could just imagine him, like, turning almost like liquid against the railing. He's just like... just the ugliest, like, Kim Kardashian ugly cry panting you've ever seen. Maybe she'll give us a lap pillow. Ayo. The view is spectacular. Stranger also approaches the railing, although a little away from me. Damn it. Rightly so. I must stink like the latrine she pulled me out of. She's looking straight ahead, admiring the ships moving lazily in the clouds and the beauty of the glade below us. The sun glimmers in her blue eyes. She may claim she doesn't care about Sky Fortress, but it's so lovely here. I know she likes it too. She seems relaxed. But her gaze is so distant, and the change on her face so subtle it's hardly visible. Whoever she is, I think she has a reason to avoid answering my questions. It's like she built a thick wall around herself, and my curiosity can only bounce off it. She carefully picks which emotions show on her face and which stay hidden. For a couple of minutes, we're simply enjoying the moment, and I'm enjoying a break. My quickened breath and frantic heart rate finally go back to normal. I suddenly remember why I left my post in the first place. Okay, we've had our run. You can now tell me what you need me for. Hello? Well, nothing actually. Nani? What do you mean, nothing? You told me that... I told you whatever you needed to hear to get you out of that stinking hole. But I had a job to do. And what? Why did you do that? Because I thought you needed a break. I watch her, unsure what to do. Get angry? She pulled me away from my duties and tricked me. Gratitude? I do feel better now. Shit. I'll be so screwed when HQ learns about it. I'm about to regret the run.
Well...
I know what you're thinking. No, you don't. You're beating yourself up over this. Okay, so you kinda do. Stop it. There's no point. I've heard stories about you. I know you're a good soldier. And good soldiers shouldn't be punished for doing the right thing. So you heard what happened. See, the thing is that a soldier is someone who does what they're told. You know? So being a good soldier means being good at doing what you're told. He didn't do that. So technically, he's not really a good soldier.
You know...
I'd be surprised if there was one person in Sky Fortress who didn't. Damn it. HQ is going to murder me. Oh yeah, they're notorious for burning their finest soldiers at stake. At the stake. More ESL. Old-fashioned style. Ugh. This entire thing stinks. Most things in life do. That's not true. You in particular right now. Embarrassment stops the vortex of emotions in my head. I lift my shirt to smell it and nearly pass out. Ugh. Oh man, and I'm talking to her in this state? Muttering apologies, I ostensibly move away, though she seems amused. I mull over her words. They're probably sincere, unlike many other vague answers I got from her. And it's nice that she thinks so. But I doubt anyone in Sky Fortress would agree with her, considering the way my companions have been looking at me since my suspension. Was there a reason you were there in Loonfell? Back when it all happened. Oh, are these questions I hear from you? Oh, come on! Fine, I'll stop. For a moment, silence falls between us. But it's different from the ever-present silence that has taken over Sky Fortress since the beginning of the war. This one is filled with a buzz of my thoughts, constantly drawn to this fascinating person. So many questions. Why did you do it? Bro- Oh, this is her. Okay. Why did you do it? Why did you disregard your orders and come to Loonfell? You knew what would happen, what HQ would do to you. I did that for a friend.
I see.
A noble cause. For a lost plane, right? Yes. For Albatross. God damn it. She's a friend of mine. Loonfell was her home. I couldn't just ignore that and go to a different village instead, risking that the Empire would wipe her home out of existence. Something flickers on her face, too subtle to tell exactly what it is. Is it that she recalls her home being Loonfell as well? It's like seeing something hidden behind the thick wall she built between herself and the world. She clenches her jaws. For a split second, her gaze changes in surprise, but it's all gone too quickly. A spark in a gas burner, kindling the fire of my frantic questions and disappearing, leaving only chaos. Did she know that Loonfell is home for one of the Lost Planes? Is this why she was there? Was it your idea or hers? You ask an awful lot of questions for someone who refuses to answer any, stranger. So it was hers. You're wrong. I don't think so. Why did you take the fall? What do you mean? As far as I know, Alba is fine and dandy, while you're suspended from service, facing a military court. It doesn't take much to put two and two together. It's better this way. I don't want her to get in trouble. Please don't tell anyone.
Okay.
Your secrets are safe with me. But if you ask me, you should have probably blamed her. She wouldn't get in trouble anyway. What? Why do you say so? Bro, what do you mean, why do you... You didn't know this. You didn't think that their secret, covert, clandestine super weapon super soldiers wouldn't be reprimanded for, you know, going against their orders? Like, bro, Walter, you're so military pilled. It's embarrassing, frankly. Think about it. The Veil went to shit, and Lost Planes might be the best weapon the king has against an unknown enemy. People like me and her, we don't get thrown away to the wolves if we do something wrong.
You know.
It's people like you. Are you saying there was no point in sacrificing my career because she wouldn't face any consequences either way? Congratulations, Walter. The last horse has finally crossed the finish line. Well, when you put it that way, it does seem a little dumb. But throwing her under the bus wouldn't have looked good for you either. So it's probably better you didn't. Great pep talk. Thanks. Always. Do you regret it? I exhale, feeling the weight of the question on my shoulders. I don't regret helping Alba in the end. Maybe I regret how I did it. But back then at night in the park, when I saw her face, panic, and tears, I knew it was urgent. Now, when I suffer the consequences of my insubordination, I know I should have found a better way. A less risky one. But if the kingdom believes that helping a lost plane defend her hometown is such a serious crime, I don't know if I should give a damn about what my superiors think about it. There you go. That's the spirit. I'm the best pilot in the base, and they treat me like a traitor to the state. It was all for the lost plane who really needed my help, not for me. But I suppose we have rules for a reason. I'm not proud of what I did. I did what had to be done. I know HQ doesn't approve, but I did what had to be done. I couldn't let my friends suffer for such irrational reasons. How could they expect me to do that? They knew both of us would get the same orders, that both of us will see Lunfel's name. I don't understand why they didn't realize Alba would want to protect her home. What's with that look on her face? Why does she look like that? It's not like I was choosing between saving a city full of people or a field trip to my friend's home village. Azuria is as small and meaningless a target as Lunfel, and in addition, it turned out to be safe and sound. Did they expect me to ignore the threat to Alba's town for a comfortable, safe mission in the south? Isn't it what Lost Planes are here for? To throw them at danger no other unit could handle? Do they think we're that stupid? Do they think I am? Why am I scrubbing toilets and hefting crates? Because I wasn't an idiot! It makes no sense! God damn, it's getting heated! Our boy's feeling the heat under his collar now. I swear under my breath, so quiet I hope she didn't hear. I suppose the wave of emotions that came over my heart, or suppressed the wave of emotions. Rage clutches my chest with hot claws, although I was sure it wasn't there. It appears out of nowhere, stifled with guilt. The interrogations in a dark room and scrubbing latrines. Only now do I notice the girl turn to me. She's watching me carefully. Although approval shines in her blue eyes, I can also see a shadow of sadness beneath it. It's so quick. Just a flicker of emotion in the sea of indifference. I feel it. I feel in my bones she knows something. It must be connected to Alba's parents, with the story of their allegedly dead child. Of course, HQ didn't want Alba to meet her parents because she'd uncover a hoax going on since her illness. They didn't want anyone to know Alba didn't die. Wait, so does he know now? Does he... Like... So he figured this too. He figured that the whole thing was a hoax, that it was all the kingdom's doing, that... Yeah. That she was brought up and trained in a military base to become what she is now. A lost plane. A weapon against the
Fine.
Empire. I applaud you. What? Why? I disobeyed my direct orders. There's nothing here to applaud. You're wrong. You showed your backbone. You proved you're not a sheep blindly following its owner. That you have a mind of your own and a pure soul. And that you're not afraid to let them guide you.
You know.
It doesn't happen in this army as often as you'd think. You have a lovely view on something that's written in my files as desertion. I have a lovely view on many things, stranger. I won't believe that. You don't even like the base.
Huh?
And what should I like about this place? Everyone speaks of Sky Fortress like it's some kind of jewel of the kingdom.
Nope.
And it's not. It's just a pretty facade hiding a rotten interior. It's a military base. We're at war. I feel like people here tend to forget that. I don't. I know. I can see that. I sigh. Crisp air pleasantly brushes my cheeks, hot from the race. The sheer thought of returning to scrub toilets makes me sick. But the break is taking too long. Someone will notice at any moment and rat me out to HQ. The break is taking too... Bro, you've been running for 2 hours! What are you talking about? The break. That's a whole quarter of my shift. Well, I should get back to my duties.
Oh, really?
They won't go anywhere. Is there a place here to get good coffee? Coffee? Is this too much to ask? Tea or coffee? What? What's the... Is this really a big choice? For some reason, I feel like this might be the most important choice that I have to make in the game. I'm gonna save it. I don't trust this tea and coffee bullshit. Okay. So once upon a time, I honestly preferred tea. And I still like tea. But I think part of it is, since I moved in with my roommates, they're coffee drinkers, and they literally have a pot of coffee made every single morning. So now I've kind of been drinking coffee, like, all the time. And I still liked coffee before when I preferred tea as well, but I don't know. Like, I liked coffee before. I've been having it more since I moved in, and there's something nostalgic about the smell of coffee, you know? Just like a hot, fragrant, dark, rich cup of coffee in the morning, like just as the sun is coming up, or even before it's come up. Honestly, I think it's probably from back when I used to visit my dad on the weekends, and he would have to leave early to get to work on the days when he would take me back to my mom's place, and so he would have to carry me into his car, and so he would put me into the passenger seat, like covered in a blanket, and he would have a big thing of coffee, and I think I would kind of be half awake, half asleep, and I would just catch the aroma of the coffee while I was semi-conscious. So maybe that's where my nostalgic feelings towards coffee comes from. But yeah, he used to have it in like, you know those like Stanley mugs that people have nowadays? You remember the old versions of those that were made out of plastic, that it felt like all of our dads like had, and they would put their coffee or their soda and stuff into it. Yeah, he had it in one of those. God damn, now that I'm thinking about it, that was a lot of coffee, Dad. Jesus Christ. Alright, anyway. Alright, I'm going with coffee anyway. The canteen usually serves terrible mud water that cannot possibly be called coffee, but I know the quartermaster has some nice coffee beans from the mainland and sometimes brews them for me. I bet you could get an entire pot out of him with your shiny Lassplane badge.
Huh?
You know we don't have badges, right? That was just a metaphor. It's important to me that you know we don't have badges. Oh. Ooh, look at her face there. Yep, I'm feeling like she probably remembers how they used to have badges or name tags or something when they were in being experimented on in the hospital or some shit like that. Crap. I wanted to steal it to get bathroom time privileges. Sorry to burst your bubble. Lead the way. Alright. Wait, huh? Come on, I need to know your name. Let's have some coffee, stranger. Let's go have some coffee, stranger. I pull away from the railing and show the way. She's smiling, enjoying this game we play. She's so secretive that getting information from her seems almost impossible, which she shows again and again. She seems older than Alba. Her behavior shows combat experience Trost didn't have when she first arrived at Sky Fortress. She acts like she sees right through me. Her eyesight is like inescapable X-rays. I must remember not to rush things. I will get her name in the end, and I hope she'll get me close enough to befriend her. I have a feeling I wouldn't regret that. For now, we must remain strangers going to get coffee. As we head for the canteen, it hits me again how bad I must stink. I don't want to face the quartermaster looking like that, not to mention asking him for a favor. Thankfully, Lassplanes shows me mercy. When we pass the quarters, our eyes meet. We understand each other without words. I run through the corridor, rushing toward the bathroom. It's the fastest shower in my life, and they're already quick. And they're already quick in the army. I put on my uniform in a hurry. Suspended or not, I feel the most comfortable in it. It's better to risk troubles with HQ than keep looking like a slob in front of her. I'll need to change again once I return to finish scrubbing the latrines, which will probably be soon. Finally ready, I run outside and find Stranger where I left her. I doubt she used this time to change. Not that she needs to, or at least she doesn't look like it. Uh-huh, I bet you want her to not change. We finally head for the canteen together. It's nearly lunchtime, which makes me realize how long we've been in the park. It also means great crowds flocking to the fortress center in search of food. Stranger stops at the entrance, noticing how packed the canteen is. Distress flashes on her face. Is everything okay? Yup. Go and grab us 2 coffees. I thought we could find a place inside to sit and... Ugh. I'd rather go somewhere else. This place looks full. Oh, that's usually how it is during lunchtime. Is that a problem? Not at all. But you owe me a tour of the base, right? As far as I remember, you clearly refused.
No way.
Isn't there any other place we can sit down and drink coffee in peace? I guess there are some. Great. I'll wait for you outside. Jeez, okay. Pushy. I nod hesitantly, stepping inside the canteen. Stranger doesn't seem to be fond of crowds. She stays by the entrance, turning back and looking around. It's not surprising. The stares of the soldiers we passed before were rather unfriendly. Maybe that's why she doesn't want to go inside and make a fuss. I don't mind crowds, even if some of these people treat me like a pariah. I push my way to the quartermaster behind the counter. My current military status doesn't entitle me to favors, but we have a good relationship. Despite the crowds in the canteen, my plea for 2 cups of coffee from Special Beans is successful. I'm trying to ignore the stares I feel on my back as I'm waiting for the beverages. I rarely ask him for this, and besides, it's for a lost plane, but I don't have a badge to show as proof. I could use one. They wouldn't understand anyway. With relief, I take 2 cups of steaming black drink. I forgot to ask her if she adds something to coffee. Let's hope not. She looks like a black coffee kind of gal. Or I'd need to go back for milk. Searing heat envelops me as soon as I step outside. The weather is relentless today. Here you go. Although the coffee is black and strong, she inhales the aroma, delighted. Without regard for the temperature, Stranger takes a sip and grins. A rather unusual sight on her face. Something leaps inside me, happy I could bring her some joy. Is it acceptable for you, Stranger? It's perfect. Absolutely perfect. Do you need anything? Sugar or milk?
Huh?
Sugar and coffee? Disgusting. Marry this woman. God damn it. Oh yeah. Yeah, I am not a fan of sugar in coffee. Or cream for that matter. Granted, I get like maybe wanting to put a little bit in to maybe cool it down a little bit, but nah, I want the coffee flavor. I bought the coffee, I want to taste the coffee. Hey, many people like
Objection.
it. Disgusting. Fine. Let's go find ourselves a place to sit. Do you have any wishes? Somewhere we can enjoy the coffee without people around. That's my wish. You know we're on a very limited space floating in the air, do you? If it's too much to ask. No, I know just the spot. Let's go. I don't know the spot at all, so as soon as we start walking, I fervently go through options in my head. The bathhouse should be empty, but it's not like we're going to drink coffee there. People from the afternoon shift should have vacated their quarters. Nope, no way. I won't invite her to the quarters. We're wandering around as if heading for the place I haven't come up with yet. We quickly reach Sky Fortress borders where the hangars are. Alright, with that, I think we're gonna go ahead and, whoopsie. We're gonna go ahead and call it there for the evening. It's a little shorter than usual, but, like I said, I am starving and I kind of want to, order something before they end up closing. So, yeah. We didn't accomplish nearly as much this time around as we did last time, but, it's all right to have a little bit of a lull while we make our way back into some more intense action. But yeah, I want to thank anyone that decided to stop in to check out the stream, even for just a minute or two. Always appreciate it. No stream tomorrow, but on Saturday, we're going to be playing FGO. So if you want to know when that'll be happening, go ahead and follow my socials or subscribe and you'll know when we go live. Also, just throwing it out there, because I put this on my Twitter, but in about 3 weeks, the game Neva is going to be coming out, which is honestly one of my most anticipated games of the year. It's the only the second game by the developer that made one of my favorite games of all time, Grease, and thankfully it's going to be released on a stream day for me, so I will no matter what's happening at that time, no matter what I'm playing, if we're still playing Lost Plains, it's being put on the back burner. We're gonna play Neva until we beat it, which, if Grease is anything to go by, should only really take like 2 streams at most. So yeah, it won't be that long, but I'm putting everything else on hold so that we can play Neva. So look forward to that, because it's gonna be, something tells me it's gonna be an experience. But yeah, so with all that being said, I hope you guys have yourselves a good night, a good day, a good morning, wherever it might be for you. Hopefully you'll have yourselves a good Friday tomorrow, and with any luck, I will see you all on Saturday. So until then, stay groovy, everybody.